We're now listening to Wealthy Sisters Radio Show. We're now listening to Wealthy Sisters with Deborah.
Well, hello, and welcome to Wealthy Sisters Radio with a View. I am Deborah Hartnett, your host, and we are super excited to have you join us today. We don't take it for granted that you have taken time out to visit us here at Wealthy Sisters Radio with a View, and we promise it's going to be well worth your while today. Again, we want to just let everybody know we had a real good stretch of 7 years straight and had a long hiatus and just relaunched after all of the requests of our dear friends, wanting to have the quality programming back on the air. So we're back with a View. We need you to spread the word about it. And those of you guys, our friends and family that supported us for so many years, our purpose is twofold. First, we want to make sure that we provide knowledge, practical knowledge, right, that you can use right now for your business and your life to have that positive impact. We also want to make sure that we're providing inspiration and encouragement for you as business owners, that you can use these skills that you hear and learn about on the show. And secondly, we have to, it is imperative that we promote, edify, and say thank you to the sisters for doing big things. And I tell you, I got a sister today who is so powerful, dynamic. They call her the queen. That's how super she is today. And I am not going to hold her from you much longer. I am so excited to introduce to everyone today none other than That's right. Najah Roberts is the queen of crypto and blockchain. She is the founder of and the chief vision officer. I like that. The CEO and CVO of the first African American, get this, cryptocurrency exchange out there in LA. So y'all, I'm not gonna hold her. I could go on and on about all the incredible things that she's doing. The co-founder alongside Hill Harper with the Black Wall Street Wallet. So you've been wanting to know, I've been wanting to know, what is this blockchain? What is this crypto? And can we still make money in it? So y'all, please give me a round of applause for our sister today, Najah Roberts. Welcome to Wealthy Sisters.
Well, thank you. And I would be remiss if I didn't say to you in the language of peace, Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam, my sister.
Yes, it is just an incredible. There's just so many. I'm just as excited as you are. Like this. Being on today, I just want to say thank you, sister, for what you do, all that you do for those sisters around the world and the brave men who love us, right?
Yes.
Just to give our information. So thank you for allowing me to be here today. So what is this thing? Like, there is just so many parts to this thing. So first and foremost, I'm just going to say it like this. In our community specifically, we know that 157 years ago, when the Emancipation Proclamation was signed, we were freed as slaves. Freed as slaves. I'm just going to say freed as slaves, right? Because they changed some stuff up and put us right on back in that box. But
right.
That being said, at that time in America, Black folks held a little less than 1% of the wealth in this country. And that's 157 years ago. Well, today in 2022, Black folks in America still own less than 1% of the wealth. And it just does not make sense. But it kind of does make sense because I'm an ex-financial advisor on purpose. And in the financial services space, I saw the inequities as it relates to financial products. So even though we have been free, they have systematically done things to keep us from gaining the wealth that we would need to create for our families and our communities. And when we were able to find those things, we experienced things like Tulsa, Oklahoma. I mean, there were Black Wall Streets all
All
around this
over.
country, not just in Tulsa, Oklahoma, but the Black Wall Street was everywhere, doing different things. And they systematically found a way to get that wealth away from us, either by force or, whatever they did. But that was the way that happened. So I'm saying all that to say, because what is this thing? The first thing we're talking about is cryptocurrency. So cryptocurrency is totally different from blockchain. So I'll just put it out there like that. So blockchain is a technology.
Okay.
Bitcoin is an app that sits inside of the technology. So
Okay.
prior to Bitcoin, which is this cryptocurrency thing that everybody is talking about, there was this blockchain which holds information. It makes it where all the information that is given is collected, is sealed, nobody can alter it or change it. And so what the money part of this thing called Bitcoin did was allow for the very first time, and I'm going to call it an app to sit on blockchain, where now everything was transparent because it was the truth. It wasn't the bank saying that we got your $100 and it's sitting here and we haven't done anything with it, which we know they do something
Right.
with your
Right.
$100. But now
Right.
this is a system where you see it, it's distributed across everybody's computers, and we're able to be our own bank. We no longer have to trust and hold our monies in the bank. We do for certain things, like our mortgages and car notes and those sorts of things, because mass adoption is not here. But the point is, for the first time in history, money can be controlled by us and not controlled by the powers that be that have systematically held us back. And so I'm super excited about the space, because this thing called Bitcoin, this one cryptocurrency, and I'm going to tell you, cryptocurrency is a group of coins.
Okay.
Bitcoin is only one. There's 16,000 coins out there.
Is that
Bitcoin is
right?
only one of 16,000. That header being cryptocurrency, Bitcoin being one of the 16,000. That is the coin that was created, first of all, 13 years ago. We don't know who created it. We don't know. We do know why they created it, because the banks have been taking advantage of everybody. The banks, the insurance companies, and everybody else. And somebody said, you know what? It's time out. It's time to give the power to the people. So let's create this money that we can put on the blockchain, which everybody can see, everybody can run. There's no one central authority, where we can take back the power of our money. And so that is
Okay.
what Bitcoin did. Yes.
Okay. So, I mean, 16,000 Bitcoins or
No.
16,000
Coin.
crypto
Cryptocurrency.
coins.
Uh-huh.
And Bitcoin happens to be a type of
It's just,
crypto.
yeah, it is the first.
It's the
That is
first.
the
Okay.
first actual cryptocurrency that did exactly what it was supposed to do. So it's the first,
Okay.
I call it the grandfather of all the cryptocurrencies.
Okay.
For lack of better examples, it is the Michael Jordan of cryptocurrency.
Okay.
Because you have
Okay.
sneakers, you have tennis shoes,
Now, somebody
whatever
would
you.
argue and say LeBron James. So, you
Okay,
know.
so it's one of the two. Okay, so
What other, which
LeBron,
whatever.
whichever one, that is your stellar cryptocurrency. All the
Okay.
rest of them do different things. They have different reasons they're in existence. Different people have come up and said, "Oh, I feel good today. I'm going to create a Najah coin, and I want
Okay.
everybody to use Najah coin. So I pay money to have it
Uh-huh.
listed. I pay money to do this and that. Give me some influencers, so they running around talking about, oh yeah, I made $1 million with the Najah coin, and then that creates a whole bunch of other black folks to come and buy this coin, and really it has no value whatsoever.
Oh, you're not saying, you're
So,
not telling us something now.
oh
Okay,
yes, ma'am, I
you're
definitely
not.
am.
I'm paying attention to what you're
Yes.
saying.
So
But
you got to be careful. Yes, you got to
before
be
we
careful.
go further, we
Mhm.
have a tradition here on Wealthy Sisters. We're
Yes.
a little
Okay.
nosy, because people want to know, like, what are the ingredients, we like to say, that went into who we see today. I heard you say financial planner. On purpose, you're not anymore.
Right.
So if you could just give us just a little background of how your journey of where it led you to where you are today.
So yes, ma'am. So I have been an entrepreneur for 26 years this year.
All right,
Very, very
congratulations.
happy about that.
Yes.
And I've done everything from in that 26 years, from sell girdles to sell light bulbs.
What's that
To,
body magic?
yeah, that was it. Drop
That's
you.
where I know you're from.
Yep, yep. Drop you 2 dress sizes in 10 minutes. No diet pills, exercise. I still remember.
Girl.
And that was one of my financial turning points. I need a body magic on right now. But anyway, with that being said, I got into financial services with my husband because we really got sick and tired of seeing our community raising money on the corner for funerals, and
Right.
and we were like, why is that when there's insurance available? And so we
Right.
got into this space thinking we were going to change the
And
Black
help.
community. And the more I dug into those products, the more I was submitting applications and seeing that our applications were getting scrutinized. But when I submitted them in other communities, they had a lot 24, 48-hour turnaround period. I'm like, something's wrong with this. So I really started digging and really finding out that the system was not created equal. So while we don't have life insurance, 9 times out of 10, a lot of times it's because they find reasons not to properly insure us. And when they do, the insurance policies they're astronomical. So really, I just started to ask in the Most High, like, what is it you want me to do in this space? Because these folks I'm dealing with right here, this is not the business. But there was nothing, like there was nothing I could see that could change it. I don't care if I was looking at the 401k. I don't care if I was looking at these college funds. Whatever it was, everything looked like and was factual, not look like. Everything, they were taking advantage of our community. And so I just decided, you know what? I'm going to kind of really, really start searching and looking at, and Bitcoin came up. And I said, I had a bout with Bitcoin before and had lost some money, and I was really salty about the Bitcoin space. But when I really understood it, I said, oh my goodness, this is what could possibly help us close this wealth gap. And the more I started studying the technology and understanding that money can be anything that a group of people is willing to
Agree on.
exchange with you for goods and services. I said, we're on to something. And they don't control it. The bank doesn't control it. The central bank doesn't control it. The government doesn't control it. We got a flying chance because we don't have a flying chance. And you know what? And those other things, because they made it to where we're suppressed and we can't get.
Right.
And we got some outliers. I'm not even going to deny that. You got your Oprahs and your Robert Smiths and your couple of billionaires and millionaires. But for the most part, there are not a lot of outliers out there, and it's on purpose. So I got
It
out of
is by
that space,
design.
came into this new money space, and just have been really being the town crier. I'm calling myself the town crier or screamer, whatever you want to call me, because Black folks in America have got to get this. And not necessarily get it through some of these other coins, because I know some beloved people that are selling coins, but their tokenomics is not going to add up for our
Uh-oh.
community. And then at a later date, we're going to suffer again at the hands of maybe somebody that really just didn't know and understand what's going on. But if you're buying something that the mass majority of people are not utilizing, you're putting yourself at a disadvantage.
At a risk there. Now, it's a lot that you have said. I'm going to try to, and I know we have a small window of time to try to unpack this. So, just for my sake, because I do this show to learn for real, right? But for my sake, You're saying that I've understood that the blockchain is kind of like the information highway. It's like where data is being
Stored.
transferred
Yes.
and stored.
Stored and transferred.
Okay, so we having control of this now through the Bitcoin. We have control of this money, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Now I want to get into your crypto blockchain plug, your actual exchange. I want you to be able to talk about that. But this is the question that I have, and a lot of my colleagues who we are still not have not in totally understood what this is.
Uh-huh.
With technology the way that it is right now, the fear of something happening down the road, like we saw last summer down in Texas when the storms came and they were out of power. These are real life situations
Yes.
where we cannot depend on electronics, right? We're going
Yes.
back to battery operated stuff. We bought dictionaries here for our children, we
Yes.
coming offline. How can we, how does this work? Like, how do I get my money? Is it, I can pull it out and make it safe, or does it just stay on this highway
It stays
and I
on
got
this
to use a
information.
card?
It stays on it does stay on it stays on you need the internet, period. There's
Okay.
no ifs, ands, and buts about it. But I say, to folks, and this is on another note, then I answer yours. If the
Okay.
internet cuts out, almost everything you do is going to be inoperable.
Right.
So if that happens, we're way far beyond the use of any dollars or Bitcoin, because that's just, I mean, it just is what it is. We're in a catastrophe type situation. But that being said, my brick and mortar exchange is where people bring in their money to buy cryptocurrency, but we help you set up your own wallets, we help you
Wow.
store your Bitcoin, we show you how to keep it safe and secure so that you don't lose it, and that you hear stories of people that lost their passwords and they lost this and they lost that. We really help our community walk our community through being safe in this space. But it does stay in on the blockchain. So let me say this to you really quickly. Back up so you can understand the blockchain. The blockchain is a sophisticated database. On
Okay.
a database right now, you can show how much money Deborah has or how much I have. We log it in, and
Okay.
whether we want to share it or not is up to us, right?
Okay.
This is a regular database. I can enter the information. I can share it if I want to or not. If I don't like what I have on there, let's say we're going for a loan, I can go in and change the amount of money that I make or the amount of money that I have in there because I have control of this database. And then if I wanted to delete it so nobody can see anything that I had, I can absolutely delete it. Well, the blockchain is a sophisticated database because all you can do is enter information in there that needs to be verified by everybody. Once it's verified, it is locked into a block that cannot be reopened, it cannot be altered or deleted, and it's for everybody to see the record. So,
Okay.
the money, Deborah sends me $1,000 in Bitcoin. That transaction is verified by the network of computers. They say, yes, Deborah had the $1,000 to give to Najah. So it's moving on the blockchain from Deborah's wallet to my wallet. Now it's locked there. I now need to go to Starbucks and to send some money to my friend over in Africa. So I spend $10 and I spend $400. So that 410 is then verified by the network because they know that I have this 1,000. It's absolute because nobody
Okay.
could have got in here and altered it. So that
Okay.
next block looks like $10, 400. So 410 is in the next block verified, and it's subtracted from this 1,000 over here. So each block builds on each other. But now, because I sent that 400 to my friend over here, her block is here and it's absolute. So now when she gets ready to spend, it goes in its different directions, but each block is sealed indicating what information was stored that cannot be altered or deleted. So there's no double spending. There's no way that a week, if you loaned me that $1,000, I can say, oh no, she didn't loan me that $1,000. Everybody could log into the blockchain and say this wallet is for belongs to Najah, and we see that on December 1st at 5 o'clock, 5:06 p.m. and 30 seconds, Deborah sent her $1,000 because it's documented here on the blockchain. It makes everything absolute. So the blockchain holds information. So in this use case, blockchain is holding on the bit blockchain of the Bitcoin blockchain is holding information about the money transactions, however they happen.
Okay,
Okay.
so that's why you said right now a lot of, I mean, you see Bitcoin accepted a lot of places,
A
a
lot
lot
of
more
places,
places now.
right?
So, but like you said, like for your mortgage, you leave your money, you still have to have,
Some money in the bank because
and
it's
so,
mass adoption is not here. There are some mortgage companies that are now starting to say that they're accepting Bitcoin as
okay,
payment for your mortgage. But let me tell you
okay,
why I wouldn't pay my mortgage with Bitcoin.
okay,
Because last week Bitcoin was 41,000. So let's say I'm paying my mortgage with Bitcoin and I just paid it last week. But now Bitcoin is 48,000. I paid my mortgage and a whole nother half of a payment in Bitcoin because the price has gone up. So you pay your mortgage with things that don't go up and down in value from with your with from what you can see. And that would be the fiat dollar. So if you gave them $1,500 for your mortgage last month in regular dollars, today it's still worth $1,500. Whereas as last month, $1,500 in Bitcoin may very well right now be $1,800. You
okay,
don't want to. That's not what we're doing right now. What we're doing right now, as it relates to Bitcoin, is purchasing it and storing it up like you would a retirement plan because it is going up in value. It had historically it has gone up 200% per year. You can look at it and see exactly what it's done, but money is depreciating. So get out of dollars. So give them your dollars. Like they've been giving us the chitlins from the
yeah,
pig while they eat the
yeah,
good
all of
stuff,
the scraps,
all of the
right,
scraps. Give
right,
them their scraps back
right,
as you're paying for things because you definitely need to pay for those things. But understand that selling or using your Bitcoin prematurely does not allow you to realize the value of what Bitcoin is going to be in the next 5 to 10 years. And it's going to go up. We're
so you
thinking,
can,
oh, go ahead.
and no, no, and you can have multiple Bitcoin accounts or,
Yes. You can
okay,
have multiple Bitcoin wallets.
wallets is what they are,
Wallets.
wallets,
So
okay,
there are 100 pennies in a dollar. So you understand that there's 100 pennies
right,
in a dollar. There
right,
are 100 million of these small parts of a Bitcoin called Satoshis. So you don't
okay,
have to buy a whole Bitcoin. You can buy small fractional pieces. You can start with $1, $6, $100, $50. But today Bitcoin is 48,000. So if somebody wanted a whole Bitcoin, like you want a whole dollar, you would pay $48,000 for this one Bitcoin that gets held in this block, and you
oh,
would
wow,
keep it there for saving. But let's just say that you wanted only $6 worth of Bitcoin, or you would buy what we call Satoshis. So you buy $6 worth of Satoshis that still gets saved on the blockchain, and you just continue to add to it. You add to that wallet. $6 here, $6 next week, $6 next month. You just continue to add a little bit at a time.
so the blockchain, so the Bitcoin, okay, $6 using that example. You talked about going to Starbucks, getting coffee. You can pay with the Bitcoin there.
Yeah,
Um,
there's a lot of
you,
places you can pay with Bitcoin, but I don't suggest it right now.
right now, just your suggestion is to buy in stock,
Yep,
stock it,
right
stock it.
now. Bitcoin
Okay,
specifically.
hold it. Bitcoin
Bitcoin
specific.
specifically.
So when people, how does someone lose? Like you said, you had an experience where you lost and you kind of like, I'm not doing this, and then you became more educated on how the technology works. How can someone lose? What happens in that case?
The biggest thing that people lose is they buy their Bitcoin. Now, as you stated, I have an exchange, but let's say you don't buy from me. My exchange
Okay.
works a little bit different. But
Okay.
let's say you don't buy from me and you go to Binance or Coinbase or Kraken and you
Okay.
leave, or crypto.com, and you leave your Bitcoin on their platform because they allow you to buy it and then they hold it for you until you come get it, just like the bank.
Okay.
That's how they
Okay.
do it. And they do that on purpose. But there have been hacks. People hack their platforms and take your
Oh.
Bitcoin. And then they say, oh, well, we're sorry. That was a hack, a breach. We're working on it. We're whatever. And a lot of people never, ever get their Bitcoin back. In my case, in 2013, that whole exchange disappeared, got hacked, and nobody's ever done anything about it thus, to date. The
Okay.
other way that people lose their Bitcoin is they lose their passwords. If you
Okay.
lose your passwords, or what we call seed words, you lose your Bitcoin forever. So we talk to and help our community really get it together as it relates to saving in that manner.
So there's no like reset your password. You saying with Bitcoin, like you better have it stored several different places.
Your seed words, yes, your seed
Uh huh.
words, because they're like the key to unlock this blockchain. So you
Uh huh.
input those words, it unlocks the block. You're able to move your Bitcoin from place to place. If you don't have those seeds to move it, once it's in your hand, now if you keep it on Binance and Kraken, Gemini, all of those, if you keep it on those platforms, they got it. It's theirs, really. But they just hold it for you. You just letting them hold your stuff. That's what I tell everybody. But when you get it into your wallet, where you're self-sovereign, you are responsible for
Okay.
for everything that you do. Absolutely.
Okay. So we're just going to talk about. I want to go into the Black Wall Street wallet as
Yes.
well. I want to learn more about that and what you're doing with the kids, the crypto kids.
Yes.
But before we do that, I just need to let everybody know that Wealthy Sisters is on Black News USA. I always say it wrong. BlackUSA.news. That is my brother Donnie Glover out of Baltimore, and he started with the Black Wall Street years ago. So I can't wait for him to really see this show today about the Black Wall Street wallet. And I definitely got to make sure you guys connect there as well. But I just want to make sure everyone sees this so that you can. That's right, blackusa.news. You've got to go to that site. I'm telling you, it's so much information on there. And most definitely, like I said, Najah, we got to make sure we get this on there as well. But let's talk about your exchange, because you said yours is different.
Right.
Yours is different. And of course, we want to be able to go to someone we know that looks like us, that trusts us, as passionate as you are about this. And obviously, your decade plus of experience with this. How is your exchange different? And how can we come and purchase Bitcoin from your exchange?
So I'm going to just say it like this, and not to throw shade on any of the other exchanges. They're doing exactly what the banks are doing, taking advantage of folks. They allow people to use their money, buy Bitcoin and all these other cryptocurrencies, and hold it on their exchange. That's how they go public. That's how they have all this money that you see, renaming of the Staples Center. That is how they're making the lion's share of their money, because they're
Oh.
allowing people to buy it, keep it on their platform. They take advantage of it. And then when people come to get it, they get it. What we do, because we're not here to take advantage of our community, we're not here to sell anybody's information or any of that. What we do is, when you give us your money, we give you your Bitcoin day one. You have it in your wallet. You are in control. No more Coinbase and Binance and Kraken and all these other exchanges, because the moment the government says, you know what, we don't think we want y'all to have that because you're not using our money anymore, all they do is just close down the exchanges with all your Bitcoin on it. Why would
that
we put
was.
ourselves back in the same situation we've
Mm-hmm.
been in? So we decided to do something a tad bit different. We do
Mm-hmm.
not custody your coin because the saying is not your keys, not your coin. We give
Mm-hmm.
you your coin and help you get your private keys. So it's yours. Nobody can
Mm-hmm.
do anything with it.
Mm-hmm. So you actually get a coin, or this is
No, not a
something
physical coin.
tangible. This is
It's
all
not.
okay.
It's
Okay.
no tangible, no tangible. It's
Okay.
all on your cell phone.
Okay. All on the phone.
All
Okay.
on your cell
Okay.
phone, but we give you your Bitcoin on your cell phone or this is the easiest. So the Black Wall Street wallet is
Mm-hmm.
on your cell phone.
Okay.
So and the Black Wall Street wallet is the baby of Hill Harper's. Went the wrong
Okay.
way. It's the baby of Hill Harper.
Okay.
So you show you all what it looks like. Well, I've loaded myself. But anyway, so this is a wallet. So right
Okay.
there, you can see in this wallet, this
Uh-huh.
particular wallet, I have $112 on this particular wallet. And
Okay.
that's just because every single day I do a dollar cost average. I'm spending $6 a day just to show everybody that if you just save $6 a day, what Bitcoin will look like in 1 year. I started it on March 1st. So we're just showing people what that looks like
Oh.
every single day.
So you've been putting in $6 since March
$6 a
1st
day
in
since
that
March
particular
1st.
wallet.
In
Okay.
that
And it's
particular wallet, except for the fact that Saturdays and Sundays, I do it on the radio. So I'm on Tavis
okay.
Smiley's KBLA, which
Right.
is the talk radio. And I do it on the radio, and then Saturdays and Sundays I'm off and I've been forgetting. I gotta go back and add my 8 days of $6 because I just have been just on one lately trying to get some things in order. Because we got some big things happening. But yes, so the Black Wall Street wallet is the first and only owned African American wallet right now. I'm gonna say right now because there was one or two before, but it's the only African American wallet right now that is educating inside of the wallet, along with the fact that you can buy and sell cryptocurrency as well. So this is about accessibility, people having access. So
Access.
even though Hill Harper had a wallet and I had an exchange, we both sell Bitcoin, but we said we're better together, different than we are, apart. So you got a wallet that sells Bitcoin. I'm always helping people download wallets so I can put their Bitcoin in it. How about we start working together? And that's what we did. We came together. And it really needs to happen like that in our community. We need to stop looking at each other as competition
And
and look
grow
at each
together.
other as working together. And so that's what we did. And I think it's been one of the best moves that we've ever made.
That's awesome. So if I came to you, let's say someone came to you $100, you
Hmm.
know, today, what I
Today.
imagine this is kind of like the stock market. The rate
It goes up and
changes
down.
every day. It
Yes,
fluctuates.
ma'am.
So
Every second.
every second, every second. So where, I
24
mean,
hours a day.
where would I find that info? Like, is it a website that you go to? Is it on to see, or what is
So,
Bitcoin worth today? Or, like you,
yes, the place that you would go is that I like the best is called Coin Market
okay.
Cap.
Coin market
Coin
cap.
Market Cap. Yes.
Is that
And
.com?
um,
Or that's
coinmarketcap.com. Yes, I believe it's
okay.
.com. But
Okay.
if you
Okay.
can't get it, you can get with me. And the other thing they can do to get some of this information, because I know we're trying to pack it in here today, they can go to my link tree that's on the
Okay.
screen, and that will
Okay.
give them the opportunity. Because once they click that link tree, it says buy here. Inside of my
Okay.
link tree, there's also a Bitcoin starter kit that will get
Okay.
everybody going. A Bitcoin starter kit. So they
And
can
what does that Bitcoin starter kit cost? Is that just on your
It's free.
own?
It's
It's free.
free. A
Okay.
Bitcoin
Okay.
starter kit, and that tells you where to start, how to download apps, how to download wallets, everything you need to get you going.
Okay. Okay. Now, crypto kids. You got your babies. I know you just had to get yours off to school there.
Yes,
Tell me
ma'am.
about that. I see that big smile that just came on your face.
Well, I love the kids. I believe the kids are our future, our youth, even our 20-year-olds right now that are trying to find their way. Technology is it. This is what is going to change our community. Getting jobs, getting involved in things that are going to like really help us. Like no more. And I'm always saying no shade to those people that are doing these things, but no more do we have to go and work at McDonald's or Burger King or be a security guard for that matter. I got to one point in my life where I said, if I see another security guard at some of these studios I'm going to talk at, I'm going to scream. That's a black older grandmother that needs to be at home somewhere. But there's a new industry in tech, and it's everything from drones to online gaming. So what we're teaching our children and what we're saying is we go beast mode on breaks. Beast mode stands for blockchain. We're teaching our kids blockchain, evolution of
Okay.
money, and you can find that on my link tree too. So you don't have to write it down. You can go to
Okay.
Crypto Kids Camp, and you'll see all the emerging technologies that we're teaching our kids across this United States. If you are in any state, please register because there are organizations that we're working with in your area to bring Crypto Kids Camp to your city.
Oh, so you actually have a camp.
Yeah, I have a camp, a
Oh,
physical
wow.
camp. So what we're doing right now is working with, since COVID is lifted, we'll be
Right.
working with all the NBA and NFL teams to bring it to a hood near you. That's what I tell everybody. That's my passion to get it
Uh-huh.
to our community. So we will definitely be coming to your city,
Okay. Now,
wherever
one of the
you
things,
are.
well, that's awesome. So we definitely want everybody to go to your link tree. I did have your website, Najah Roberts. Can they also get some information
Yeah,
there?
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
good, good. Now, let me ask you this, because one of the things we talked about in our heading is what is this crypto? You've answered all of that, the blockchain, and how can we make money with it?
So
Okay, because
this
you're
is not.
replacing jobs and all of that. Where is
Yes.
this coming from? How can
So
somebody leave a job today and make money from
they
blockchain?
cannot leave a job today, and I would not
Okay.
suggest them leave a job today. And as an entrepreneur, I am going to tell you that,
Don't do it.
yeah, don't do it just yet. You want to
Yeah.
keep that job, but on the side, you want to start working and educating yourself to figure out what vertical you're going to do. If you're, let's just say I mean, anything that you're doing, I can show you how that vertical fits into the technology space. But it's a
Okay.
gradual change that needs to happen with anything. You just don't go cold turkey. You got to get in here. You got to see what this space is about. This is not a get rich quick. So I'm telling you, cousin Pete and Uncle Tommy, who told you to go get involved in this coin because it's gonna be the next Bitcoin, and you about to make this money. And he made 100,000, and he's showing you this and he's showing you that. He hasn't showed you his tax bill because he ain't paid it 9 times out of 10. I'm gonna be just keeping 100 with y'all, and they are coming to get their taxes. For all them folks that ain't reporting, it's so many things you need to know about this space. This is not the get rich quick space. There are network marketing groups that have you put your money in to get you some Bitcoin. They're doubling your Bitcoin. People are sending you screenshots. Girl, I made this amount of money on Friday and I got to put this much more in and I'm doing all these things. Not saying that some of those don't work, but historically, they always close up shop and disappear. And then our folks, instead of being salty about them closing up shop and disappearing, they jump in the next one because they think this time I'm gonna get in there first. And it's just a cyclical. I mean, it's just, oh man, I can't even tell you how many folks I've watched hop from opportunity to opportunity to opportunity, and how much money people have lost, along the way because they just didn't know any better and they just following the crowds.
So what you're telling me is this is a way for you to invest as someone with old fashioned investing in a bank account, investing in an insurance policy. This is a way to invest. This is something that you want to look for long term, is what you're saying.
That is what I'm saying. But I'm going to say this. When you put your money in the bank, they give you 0.0025%, which is nothing. When
Nothing.
you put your money in Bitcoin and you hold it, you get over 200%. It has outperformed any asset class out there, from stocks to bonds to all those things. EFTs, it has outperformed everything. It's outperformed gold. So you just got to buy it and hold it. And I'm talking about Bitcoin. I'm not talking about all these other cryptocurrencies because I know folks are buying. Somebody just told me they're buying Peace Coin, and these folks that like they're buying all these different cryptocurrencies. To each his own, but build the foundation on your house with Bitcoin first. Then, if you want to add on a sunroom or you want to redo your lawn in the front by buying some dog coin or Doge coin or whatever you want to buy around there, make sure your foundation is in place with that Bitcoin first before you do any of that other stuff.
Now, you speak. People can have you do Zooms. They can bring you
Yes,
in. You
ma'am.
do conferences. Tell us about
Yes,
that.
ma'am. Anywhere that you have and will open the door for me to talk to my Black folks in America, I will be there. I make that promise to folks. I will be there prayerfully. If it's Zoom, we can fit it in. If it's in person somewhere across the country, there's some things we got to work out,
Right.
travel and stuff. But
You
I'm
can't just
I'm
come by
I'm
yourself. You
I'm
gotta.
I'm ready. I'm ready. We've got a short window of opportunity because once mainstream understands the power of the technology behind Bitcoin and what Bitcoin is doing, they're gonna get in and we're gonna be at the end. Right now we're early. Even though you think you're late, you're not. You
Really?
are
Cause
early. Oh my goodness, you are early. Think
what?
about it.
Why you say that? I mean, like, what?
It's only been
What are you
around
basing that
13
on?
years. It's only been around 13 years. Gold has been around 5,000. So just think about if you got in and you were at that point where they were mining for the gold and you were able to, we're at the very beginning of a whole thing that we believe. We believe that one Bitcoin is going to eventually be $100 million. One. Right now, it's 48,000. Right now, you have the ability to do $6, $6, $6, $6, and catch up to get to where you need to be. But when this thing hits 100 million, $6 is going to be like having a penny of it. And so what we need to do is just continue to stack right now while the value is growing and it's an infrastructure is being built around it. Countries are accepting it. Countries are making it legal tender. States are filing for documents to make it legal tender. It's not going anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. Money is changing. And if you pay attention to the news, which they tell you half of the truth, but you will see that folks are starting to use Bitcoin and say, "Oh, we can accept Bitcoin for our oil. Like we don't need the U.S. dollar." Once that happens, and once everybody around the world realizes that the U.S. dollar is no longer the reserve currency, you holding a bunch of paper that doesn't mean anything except to the people that want to use it. And it's already states here in the United States, even cities that have their own currency. They've been saying bye bye to the dollar for a minute. You just don't hear those things. So, but they didn't really worry about them because they know at the end of the day they can control that.
Right.
But now they see Bitcoin, they're like, "Oh my God, what are we gonna do? We can't stop this thing. We can ban it, but they have their own wallets, so they can just continue to buy and sell and do what they want to do on their own without us."
So
That's
that's
what
because
it is.
that was my thing. Like we were there for PayPal before, when PayPal was they didn't have social security numbers and people were, trading back and forth, and then all of a sudden online, they start getting your social security numbers and getting, like you said, their taxes and all of that. What is Are you saying that it's just too big? It's just gonna be too much for them to try to get control
No,
of it?
it's not. It's not. It's decentralized. So there's a
Okay.
computer system that's set up on the internet. It's just like the internet. Nobody can go in and stop the internet. I mean, think about what that would look
Right.
like. They can't
Right.
stop the internet. It's
Right.
decentralized.
Right.
Everybody's using it. It's the World Wide Web. Well, this is
Right.
worldwide money that no one company owns. They can't come and pick me up and say, "Turn this mess off right now," because there are millions of users all around the world that are running this network through this computer technology. They can get in and try to cut the computer technology off, but there's no way for them to do it, or they would have done it already.
So the Bitcoin is worth the same amount in Atlanta to Paris to LA to London. It's the same amount.
I'm gonna say yes and no. So yes,
Okay.
it's about the same, but it's just like a loaf of bread. You go to
Okay.
one grocery store, that home fried bread costs $3. But you come to my store and it costs $3.10 because I wrote in my little extra. From
Okay.
Binance to Kraken to Gemini to Coinbase to my exchange. Everybody has a different price of Bitcoin, but ultimately it's what your users will pay for it. So it could be 48,000 here, but in Nigeria it could be 90,000 because in Nigeria they banned it, and so people are paying more to be able to get their hands on it. So yes, it's supposed to stay just about the same, but it fluctuates depending on what exchange you're dealing with and what region you're dealing with.
Wow. I mean, this is making my head
Oh yeah,
just
it's
like
a lot.
it's
It's a lot. And we have
it.
I run these courses called Crypto Essentials for those who need a little more some more in-depth information. Again, that's on my link tree. But
Okay.
also I'm gonna do a breakdown of a 101. I'm not sure what city you're in. You don't have to say it, but I will be coming to a city near you. And the next I leave California on May the 28th, I will be coming to a city near you, and
That's
I
your
will be
tour.
doing a free 10 Crypto 101 that will break this down because you can't get it in an hour. But I'm going to break it down to why we are where we are right now with cryptocurrency and what we as the Black community need to be doing right now to get ahead of this cryptocurrency curve. So, yeah, I'll be in everybody's city
Well,
somewhere.
I know you have a show that you have to get to, but before you go, your tour, that is, what's the name of that tour so everybody can be looking for it?
So it's called the Digital Financial Revolution Tour. However,
Okay.
we abbreviated it. So digital, so you would look up the D for digital, F for financial, R for revolution, tour.com. The
Okay.
DFR tour.com. And again, that's in my link.
Okay. Very good. Look like our connection, we lost her a little bit there. Hey, you are just joining us. Our special guest has been none other than the Queen, Najah Roberts, Queen of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. She actually has her own exchange. You want to be able to get to her link tree there at Najah Roberts. Make sure you connect with her. You know, she's going to be doing her tour. As she said, you can go to the DF tour.com as well. I'm just telling you, this has just been so much powerful information today. And what I love about what she shared is her passion for our community. And I was just about to ask her what is the one thing that we could really do to get in front of it in our community, how we can get in front of it. Because she said, if you know, you could go back and listen to the whole interview, and hopefully she'll be able to pop back on here in a moment. But as she was saying, we need to be in front of this, and it's not too late. Even though it's been around just 13 years, it's not too late. So definitely you want to get with Najah Roberts. Again, we want to thank you so much for joining us. And guess what? Next week, guys, I'm excited. We're going to have my dear friend. These sisters are bad. Oh, here she is. She's back. Yay.
I don't know what happened. I know they're doing
Look,
construction on the poles, so I think they probably cut our internet and brought it right back.
yeah, they knew I was going to ask you before you got off of here. One of those one things that we can be doing right now to get in front of this Bitcoin, to
So
get in
two
front.
things.
Two
Number
things. Oh,
one
she gonna give us two.
is
How generous.
download the Black Wall Street wallet.
All right.
Download on your app or your Android device, Apple Store, Android, um, Google Play Store. Download the Black Wall Street wallet. It is black and
Okay.
purple. Number
Okay.
two is another app. Download KBLA Talk 1580 because I am teaching every single day for free on that app. No matter where you are in the world, you can listen to KBLA I'm on 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock every day, and I am dropping information and knowledge to help you apply this to your life today. So
Today.
that's the two things that you can do.
And that's what we're about here at Wealthy Sisters, getting that practical knowledge that you can
Yes.
apply right now,
Right now.
because we
Yes.
need a right now information right now. Well,
Yes, ma'am.
I tell you, sister, thank you so much, Najah, for coming on to Wealthy Sisters Radio with a View. We appreciate you for all that you're doing.
Well, thank
And
you, sister, for having me.
absolutely, absolutely. And looking forward to meeting you in person on your
Yes,
tour
ma'am.
real soon. Staying in touch as well. And any way we can continue to support you here at Wealthy Sisters, please let us know. You got any announcements? Please let us know. We
Yes,
want to make
ma'am.
sure that we partner with you on that as well.
Yes, ma'am. I really, really appreciate you, and thank you so very much.
Excellent, excellent. We appreciate you as well, and have an awesome show. And we are definitely going to check you out on the Tab and Smiley segments as well.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Have a good rest of your day.
You too. Thank you so much.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam, my sister. Yes, indeed. I tell you guys. So I'm telling you, we're doing it here at Wealthy Sisters. As promised, we want to provide that quality information that you can apply to your life right now and edify the sisters that are doing big things. Did you see her courage? We have to get behind whenever we see that and support. So you guys make sure you go to Najah Roberts. We'll put her website up here right quick, najahroberts.com. Follow her, download that app that she talked about so that you can hear her on the Tab and Smiley show every day. She's giving away free information that we need to know. And I'm excited. I am so glad that she was on the show. And I'm also super excited about next week's guest. If you want to know about fashion and design and how you can create it, and get your clothing in stores, and not only that, how you can actually brand it. Well, next week. She is Carolyn Wilborn, one of the sisters of the Wilborn sisters. I'm telling you, this team, dynamic duo, they are internationally known, and they actually manufacture some of the most beautiful attire. I mean, I'm telling you, when you see it, you'll love it. I have several of theirs, and I'm excited to have her on the show to talk about how, because a lot of people are designing, but how can you manufacture it on your own? A lot of things we know are being shipped overseas. We want to talk about how you can really control everything, and that's what we're going to talk about next week on our show. So again, thank you so much for tuning in, and we also want to remind you that we have a book, Wealthy Sisters.
Get your copy today of Wealthy Sisters, Powerful Personal Stories Proving You Can Do It Too. Available on Amazon.
It's available on Amazon. You can get that book. So many beautiful testimonies and stories in that book as well. So definitely you want to get that. And with any other ideas, suggestions, we appreciate you for supporting us, and we appreciate you for watching us. So, definitely get in contact with us. We want to remind you to like, subscribe, and share the show. We're here. We're back on Wealthy Sisters Radio with a View. So until then, we'll see you next week. Continue to have the most amazing and incredible day.
This has been another episode of Wealthy Sisters Radio. Thank you for joining us. Catch the full hour encore Thursdays 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. Eastern and 24/7 at wealthysistersradio.com. The opinions of our guests do not necessarily reflect the opinions of our hosts, staff, or partners of Wealthy Sisters Radio.